I remember Will Higgins. His name was ringing bells around the industry, and I wanted to meet this dynamic, unique individual that was making waves across the Southern California real estate platform. So I reached out to him. Hey, Will, how are you? This is Decatur Thornton. Who are you? Excuse, who are you again?
Welcome back, guys. Again, like I mentioned, my name is Will Higgins. I'm a real estate entrepreneur here in Southern California. I got one of my business partners on here, and we're going to be talking everything real estate. So stay tuned, like, follow, subscribe, drop any questions you have for either of us in the comments below. I'm going to tag my business partner here. I'm going to tag his information so that you can reach out to him afterwards. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mr. Decatur Thornton.
Willie Will.
Yes.
What is going on,
What's
man?
happening, baby? What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, I really appreciate you inviting me to this session. You're a complete rock star in this industry and a great friend of mine. So, man, where are we starting?
Man, we're gonna tell it all, man. But we want to compress it. We can't give them everything in one session, man. So let's start with let's tell them how we met, man. Let's tell them how we met.
Right. Well, I remember Will Higgins. His name was ringing bells around the industry, and I wanted to meet this dynamic, unique individual that was making waves across the Southern California real estate platform. So I reached out to him. Hey, Will, how are you? This is Decatur Thornton. Who are you? Excuse, who are you again?
Did it go like that, brother?
How'd you get my number?
Okay.
Yeah. After that, we developed some sense of a relationship, rapport. After I settled him down a little bit. But I knew instantly that I wanted to be aligned with this individual. It didn't go how I planned initially, but as time progressed, I think he saw my movement. I continued to follow his movement. It was magic. It was magic.
Yeah, definitely.
So inevitable.
For me, it was really big support, right? Because I saw another guy that looked like me out in the IE. Doing real estate, right? And for me, like, I'm still learning to this day, but I'm always out there looking at who's doing what, and much respect, because this is definitely a hard industry, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, how you do real estate, because you're super successful. You don't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag, but this brother is part-time and sells over $20 million in real estate part-time. Okay. Part-time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, man. Just as you mentioned, it's about support.
Mm-hmm.
I leverage all around me. I'm never here in the state of California. I'm anywhere from the UK to goddamn Istanbul. So it's important to me to leverage and be supported by those individuals that want to see me win.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a rocket ship, and I just want to have a seat.
Yeah.
So what what that looks like.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely know what that looks like now. I didn't, but I do. So when we talk about the rocket ship, we're talking about growth. We're talking about extreme growth, and it's happening all around you,
mm-hmm.
right? If you're in the real estate world, growth is happening all around you, and most of you guys are just sitting watching it happen.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about me getting my seat. You know what I mean?
Right,
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about me coming over to EXP and what that was like.
Yeah, so it wasn't an easy sell to Will. Will is a numbers guy. Will is could critique every little thing because it has to make sense to him. I didn't know that then because I was a novice in this real estate game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm super excited. Man, you got to check this out. You got to just look at it, please, please, please. And Will's like, man, bro, what? No. I'm doing good. I'm kicking a lot of butt where I'm at. There's no reason for me to change my business or align with you. There's just no reason. You're a great guy, but no, thank you. And I think once Will really broke down the numbers and he looked at the math of it all, it was a no-brainer to him. He called me and was like, hey, show me the money. Let's go right now.
Yeah.
Lights out.
As simple as that. So I like to talk about me coming over to EXP. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen The Wolf of Wall Street. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But there's a scene where, what's the guy named Jonah something, whatever.
Jonah Hill. Yeah.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill. What's the main character's name?
God dang it.
So Jonah Hill goes and he says, hey, you show me you're making $70,000 a month right now, and I'll leave my job today, right? And let's just say by the end of that scene, he left his job and he was at that company.
Hey, Paulie, what's up? No, everything's fine. Hey, listen, I quit.
And let's just say when I saw the amount of money that was being left on the table, I left my old brokerage that next week.
Yeah, you did. And not only did you leave your brokerage, when you came in, I think your first week, you were able to establish an income of over $2,000.
You know, I don't really want to talk about the money,
okay.
But let's just say me being at EXP, you know, let's even go. This is why I made the decision, man. So, you know, I got in real estate for a couple of reasons. So I got in part-time as well, but I got into real estate to essentially make money, to buy rental property, right? To create passive income.
Right.
And when I looked at the EXP model, I saw an opportunity to surpass all of that, buying real estate and all that other stuff, and to make passive income.
Right.
So I knew exactly what my why was, and I saw a shortcut to my why, right? So I would be a fool to not take that opportunity, because the passive income, it's not so much for me, it's for my family.
Sure. So
I didn't join EXP for me. I joined it for my family. And when we talk about the money, again, I'm not going to speak to numbers, right? But let's just say in a year what I've been able to do. So last year in real estate, I sold almost $20 million in real estate, but I recruited over 100 agents. So right now I'm sitting with over 100.
Are we talking about money or not? What are we doing here? Because that's a lot of money, Will. That's a lot of money.
But that's what they can relate to, right? Because most agents are selling real estate, right? So they can equate that piece. But when you say you have 100 agents in your organization, they can't equate. That doesn't make sense to them, right?
Right.
So with that 100 agents, well, actually 120 today.
Right.
But who's counting?
Who's counting?
So 120 agents today. Let's just say that I have a 2,400 square foot house here in the city of Chino, built in 2015. So pretty new house, right?
Congratulations. Absolutely.
Yep. And then I have a second home in my hometown of New Orleans, in the French Quarter. And I have 2 vehicles. And let's just say the passive income takes care of that.
Right.
So what that's been able to do for me and my business, it got me off that commission wheel, right?
Yeah.
And most of the agents are in this commission. You think you're doing good right now, right? And that's where I was at when I came over. You know, I felt like I was doing good, but when I realized that every time I closed a transaction, I was fired, like that really hit home to me.
Right.
And a lot of folks aren't seeing that because things are going well, right? And for me, I didn't join for the good times. I joined for the bad times, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's enough about me. But those are some of the reasons why I joined.
I think that's relevant. I think that your journey, and I think that's what a lot of people are missing. Like where we don't really talk about the money, but we do equate the sales of our homes, and we say, hey, we've done this amount of money in production. I think that it's a real conversation. A conversation needs to be had about what is the opportunity and what is the money potential here. Because a lot of people know, hey, look, if I come over here, I plug my business with you, and I'm able to earn, I'm able to, sell 10 more homes, and I can do the math, that equates to X amount of dollars. Well, if I plug my business into this organization that we're in, and I have a number of individuals that coming along with me, what does that look like for my family? Does it make sense to me? And I think that, a lot of times, like, we leave that conversation and it's a hush hush. And, I think it shouldn't be a little louder about what's going on and how you can maximize this potential.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of growth is happening. And again, folks are just sitting on the sidelines, man. So, let's talk about like separation, right? So you've been here, 3 years, 3.5 years.
Sure.
How many agents do you have in your organization?
370 something, but again, who's counting?
Yeah, who's
like
counting?
You said, who's
Right.
counting?
So 370 agents, right? So folks get caught up in that. Wait, are you a broker?
Well, I mean, essentially without the liability.
Exactly. So that's another reason, right? Like you essentially run your own brokerage, without being a broker, without all the liability, without all the headache, without the training. There's so many different aspects, man, that I just did not think about in the beginning, man. But this has opened my eyes to a lot more, man. Let's talk about some of the things that you're doing in your business, man. Like, where's your business going? Like, are you really focused on selling homes and stuff now? How does that process come to you since you're part-time? How many homes did you sell last year?
Right. So, without giving numbers, of course, but I'm going to give you numbers. The deal is this, Willie Will. I mean, I could have plugged my license anywhere and still did traditional real estate. I come from a law enforcement military background, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to affect the lives of those individuals that I thought they were being mistreated and marginalized. So when I did receive this information about this one platform and how it was like we discussed, a rocket ship. I wanted to form an alliance with this organization to really get in this vehicle and really go far in a short period of time. So with that said, looking at it now to where I haven't done nearly the amount of production that I could have done because I didn't have the right mindset, right? I just wanted to sell one or two homes, right? But now I don't even want to sell homes. I want to deal with these ancillary businesses that really, really empower real estate, such as the mortgages, the escrows, the home warranties, everything else outside of that. Because now that I know that my production is pretty much automatic, it's a blessing. I want to focus on the real money-making vehicles.
Right. And I think a lot of agents, they get caught up in the minutia of like doing transactions, right? Transactions are at the base of what we do. There's so much money outside of the transaction that you can add on to your business that in most of these traditional models, you're not being exposed to, right? I always say, what you want to be a seller or a buyer? You always want to be a seller. And that's why the brokerage owner doesn't do real estate. They're the seller, right? You do all the selling for them.
Right.
And folks are, let's talk about the luxury agent.
Oh my.
Let's talk about the luxury
please
agent.
Don't start.
So
Please.
This is the thorn in our side, right? So Decatur and I are both African American men, if you haven't noticed, right? And I went to HBCU, and I really want to. Again, I want everybody to succeed, right? But I've seen where my people personally fall short, right? And when I find something great that they can really affect change with them and their family, I want to introduce them to it, right? So Decatur and I both kind of think the same way on this topic and this subject, but it's a lot of times we get to our people and they all want to be quote unquote, luxury agents, right? Whatever that means. And we're still trying to figure that out. But it's seriously a thorn in our side because a lot of folks forget their why, and they build up all these bridges and roadblocks in front of their whys, right? For me, like I said, it was to make passive income, okay? And being a luxury agent or posting on social media, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, gets in the way of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts on, are you a luxury agent?
Well, I guess so. I guess so. 'Cause I've sold multiple homes over $1 million.
Yeah.
But in my mind, my mindset, it's just the natural progression. I've also sold 100,000 mobile homes, but I knew that the natural progression of anything is elevation. So I'm going to reach the $1 million, which I have. And well, quite honestly, I'm looking at your business, and I know that you've done a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at your business, and I know that you've sold multiple $1 million homes. So I'm gonna kind of reflect the question back to you, or bounce it back. Are you a luxury agent?
You know, for me, I don't. In real estate, and a lot of agents make this mistake of creating a niche, right? At some point, yes, go and create a niche. But if you're just in real estate and you haven't sold a home, you don't create a niche. You let your niche pick you, right? Because think about it like this. Let's say I'm just getting into real estate and I call myself a luxury realtor, right? Well, my family members, they have $500,000 homes. And guess what? They're going to think that I don't sell $500 homes because I'm a luxury realtor. And all I post is Beverly Hills. So they're going to feel less than coming to me with their $500,000 listing, right? So that's why I don't market myself as a luxury realtor. I'm going to sell anything. I help families, right? So I help families achieve their real estate goals. So you could have a $300,000 house, $500,000 house, $2 million house, and I'm going to give you the same great service. So that's why I don't market myself as a luxury realtor.
Well, we're both aligned in that thought, and I completely agree with you. I mean, look, I think we're servants by nature. Look, if you're in this business other than providing a service for somebody, anybody, then you're 100% wrong. That's just my opinion. Everybody's going to earn an income, and to really, master your craft, you have to start at the bottom. I don't know if Jordan came in, right, I mean, we are the Jordans of real estate, but why? Because we really have mastered the craft of connection, right? With anybody. So whether we're selling a $200,000 home or a $2 million home, just as you said, everybody gets the same treatment. And I think that's the way it should be. And
quite frankly, I'll tell 100% truth. I helped I think the lowest priced home I've ever sold was $135,000. By far, that client has been the most appreciative.
Bingo.
The best client I've ever had.
100%.
Best client I've ever had.
Yeah. I have that interaction on video because you're absolutely so appreciative, so humble. I mean, I talk to that individual right now, and that person always says, "Hey, man, I remember you when you were selling $100,000 homes, and you have the same attitude that you have, and I know that you've reached a level in your business." So yeah, I'm really appreciative of that and those type of clients, man. So you're right. Humble beginnings, baby.
Yeah. But humble beginnings, yes. But let's talk about where we are now, and let's wrap it up, right? So ultimately, in terms of production, we're setting the bar. Like we lead by example. I mean, you have $50 million in production, like sitting here in front of you. So take the opportunity, guys. Reach out, tap in, like, subscribe, share, because we want to help you grow.
Absolutely.
just like we've grown. So we have servants' hearts, right? So reach out to me again. I'm going to drop my information below, but I'm at Will Higgins _ on IG, and Mr. Decatur
at Icon Decatur G on IG, and just simply Decatur Thornton on Facebook.
There you go. So appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been a pleasure. I'm going to bring you guys more interviews just like this, just raw, uncut, unfiltered. But this is the real, guys. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.